We're cutting it way close on the fuel situation here, but by God, we made it to Buc-ee's. Where are we at? This was the milestone on the trip. We got soaked. Wasn't planned on, but it happened. Dang, how's that for a crew cab truck? Oh, that's sick. Pretty typical experience at Pigeon Forge so far, sitting in traffic for the last hour. Gotta love a second gen. His dash isn't even cracked. Hell yeah. That thing's pretty slick.
Right. But if someone can run to players and just explain to them what happened and hey, can you just get, like, purchase a pair of baby earrings, like that kind of thing, put it in her ear, that would be fun. I don't really.
Oh wow! How did I not see this?
I mean, I would.
This color blue. Be a lot cooler if that sounded like a 6BT. Smokey Bear.
Hi, baby.
He's probably not as friendly as you think.
Oh, look at him rearing up.
Hell yeah, man. All right, it's Thursday. We got back from Pigeon Forge Sunday or something. I haven't even taken any videos. My plan right now is to go to Somerset this weekend to my brother's house and rip around. And there's an air show, so we're gonna go see some P-51 Mustangs and whatever else they got down there, I guess. Swamp Fox P-51 supposedly is the one that's gonna be down there. So anyway, yeah, as far as Gatlinburg went, it was a good time. We had 0 issues out of this truck. Cruise control works, but got like 19-ish miles to the gallon, so not too bad. My mirror just moved. I'm gonna have to readjust it now. How convenient. Yeah, the only problem I had out of this truck down there in the mountains was the turn radius. So the switchbacks up there where our cabin was, it was rubbing the front fenders pretty good. Nothing like enough to tear anything up. You can't even tell on the fenders or the tires. But it was rubbing up front there. What else? Oh, we didn't even go to Pigeon Forge on Saturday at all because the traffic is so screwed. I mean, that was basically the whole point of going down there, was to show off the truck, but it still got plenty of attention in Gatlinburg. And on the way back, somebody was videoing me as we were driving, and we just stopped at Buc-ee's right there north of Sevierville or wherever it's at. And I was cramming a burrito in my mouth, and they were like recording me driving by, so they definitely got some really good footage of that. But yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it, I guess. I haven't even worked on this cow at all this week. I've been kind of lazy. Been screwing around on the dirt bike and the motorcycle, so that's what we're gonna do again this weekend.
His gratitude to all of you today, to the men and women serving our great country. And of course, to his amazing wife, Nathan, for the support of his endeavor to chase his dreams. He was the dad, his mom, his dad, to his grandfather, as I would say, Louisville Ky. Charlie's dream started because of the airport, which his grandfather established 30 years ago. He also wants to thank the mentorship of Green Coop, Buckhope, and Nathan Hammond, and many others who have helped him get to this very own job. Two very prevalent aircraft designed by North American aviation during World War II, and it was during that time, in just a couple of years, the war effort that America generated.
bay as the formation passed overhead.
Down again from the left, 300 miles an hour. Here's the B-25.
As they come in from the right. The aircraft are flown today to celebrate our freedoms of the fearless pilots and maintainers that helped protect their airworthiness in World War II. Swamp Fox, flown by our team. And later even served stateside in many National Guard units, including that of the Kentucky Air National Guard, in which Swamp Fox was a member and proudly flew over this airspace in the 1950s. Now diving in from the right, our teams in Swamp Fox. As performed just there, the laminate flow wing on the Mustang was a state-of-the-art design at the time and allowed the aircraft to go faster than any other piston fighter at the time. Now in from the right, Tom McCord will demonstrate this high-speed capability once more as the Mustang dives in. The laminar flow wing I've been talking about was unique because of its decreased drag. And if you get a chance to look at the P-51s while they're parked on the ground, you'll notice how thin the wing is compared to other aircraft.
Well, that's pretty cool. Some kind of power plant up there. So right now I am on a road trip. We're driving the good old Chevy. I'm going to buy super sequels. We're gonna make this thing a dually finally. So this guy's got steel rear wheels. And I was wondering if those could be milled or not. So I texted a whole bunch of people, and I guess they cannot. I was gonna put them on the inside, obviously not the outside, but I guess they won't work. So yeah, we're gonna have to track down some aluminum rear wheels. This guy's only got the super singles and steelies. So anyway, we're in like Richland, Indiana, something like that, middle of nowhere. It's kind of over by Evansville. Actually, you know what? I just thought of it. The blue truck came from over here. It came from Boonville. So we're probably kind of close to hometown right here. Anyway, I'm going to Interlake's State Recreation Area, and I'm going to rip on the old dirt bike later. I've been trying to get her. I literally bought her like a year ago, last October, and haven't even taken her anywhere other than my yard and my brother's house. So we're going to go to an actual off-road course finally. But there is a set of those aluminum wheels in Benton, Kentucky, I think it was. It's kind of over there by Paducah, I think. But anyway, it's like right next to Land Between the Lakes off-road area. So hopefully that guy replies and I can go there tomorrow and take the dirt bike. That'll be pretty sweet. So anyway, as of right now, that is the plan. Jesus, man, this makes 33s look like they're tiny. Well, I got those tires back there to move the dirt bike over. I don't know what I was expecting. Those things are huge. What the heck, man? I think the whole truck's literally leaning over. But yeah, he also had a toolbox that I almost bought. I've been wanting to get a toolbox for this truck, but it was huge. It was like 30 inches from front to back. It was like a double din, I think he called it, or something like that. It was even bigger than a weather guard, and I think they're like 27 inches. So, yeah, that was too much. Even though it's a long bed truck, that basically make it a short bed real fast. So, no toolbox today. Plus, I would have had to pile it on top of my tires and the dirt bike, and I wanted to be able to get the dirt bike out here in a minute when I go over here to Interlakes. So, we're gonna go ride. Well, I reckon it's time that this thing gets some love. I hit a rock, and we split. I reckon these are a little dry rotted though. They were holding air, but now they're not holding air. I'm sure there's a tube in there, but tube's obviously busted now. I hit a pretty rough rock, and I sat there for a second because it about wiped me out, and then by the time I started riding again, it felt completely different. And I was like, well, something's definitely not right. But it's just the front tire. So we'll need some fork seals after this nice little adventure. Some new ones of these things. We're getting Kawasaki green this time because these are ugly. So, ew, yeah, gross. So yeah, fork seals. Definitely a tube. Fork seals might get deferred until winter time. But yeah. Old orange truck sitting there looking real pretty, never moves. So these things are 39s or 40s. There is no way that these are gonna fit on this truck. So I guess what my plan is, hopefully by tomorrow the guy replies. I'm literally trying to give this guy money and he's not replying. I don't know what the deal is with people on Marketplace. But anyway, hopefully by tomorrow I can go to Ohio. So the other ones don't have tires on them. Hopefully that guy can remove the tires. So we'll take these to him. Hopefully get the other 4, get them milled, order some adapters, order some tires, order some brand new step side fenders. Maybe, if a good pair pops up, we might go get some used ones. Today we are driving to Winchester, Ohio. We're going down I-71 right now. I went and took those wheels back there to Raven Tire, and they're the only one, well, they're the first person I called that had the equipment to do semi-tires. So I got those tires taken off the rims, the super singles. I measured those things. They're like 15.5 wide, and I guess where the tire mounts is 14 wide, so that's pretty crazy. They're not that bad heavy. I really thought that they were going to be like super heavy whenever I got them off the wheels or off the tires. They're not that bad, but the tires are heavy, and one of them was completely filled with water. So anyway, we're going to get dually wheels today, and Tim from Peace and Grease lives out here, and I had him on Facebook, so I messaged him, and he told me about the guy in right outside of Cincinnati that builds tires. So I'm going to take them to that guy while I'm up here and get those done, and I'll just come back next week or whenever they get them done. So this is the first time it's actually been cold enough outside to see what this thing does. But it does high idle, and I turned the exhaust brake on, So anyway, we're gonna put her to work today, and then tomorrow we're going back to Cincinnati. I'm gonna buy those, well, I'm gonna pick up those wheels from the machine shop. So get that done, and I'm gonna pick up some step side fenders, and then we're gonna be about halfway ready to make this a dually. And then I gotta buy some tires and some adapters still. And then obviously all the fabricating to make that happen. I haven't done anything to this truck as far as productive stuff, at least since before the rod run, which was over a month ago now. What else? Literally, this truck's been great. All I've had to do as far as like maintenance goes is clean all the bugs off of it. I put 2,500 miles on it this month, so. Well, here we are. We're back from Cincinnati. I did, in fact, take the 4th gen to make it nice and simple and easy because this does not have heat or door seals, and it was 36 degrees this morning. So, yes. Anyway, here's where we're at. I just staged this stuff up. I know some people get completely offended that they put this body line below that body line, but guess what? That's how this truck's definitely going to be. What I'm concerned with is getting my inner fenders, like what's matched up on the fleet side, matched up with this, you know, pretty close. Obviously, it's not perfectly level right now because it's sitting on blocks. But, yes, that body line is going to be slightly below the other body line. Anyway, we're kind of staged up here. Of course, my other wheels are still bolted to the truck. Don't have tires for these yet. I don't have adapters for them yet either. I'll have to get this exactly where I want and then trace and figure out how exactly I'm going to make that. Yeah, man, this set of fenders that I got, it's basically a matched set, I guess. I mean, the dude had them sandblasted on the inside and outside, so you could pretty well tell what was going on with them. This one has a few dents and dings in it. Not a single one of them that he had was perfect. It looks like they just did not blast it enough to get this out. And that was one of my big things, is worried about the body line right there. But the rest of them were either bent and beat up on that body line, or they're rusted out up here. This one, I don't think these have any rust up here. Of course, I'm going to coat the insides of these and then prime them and then do, you know, actual paint over that, all on the inside, just the same. Let's see, this is the right side one. This one does have a little bit of boo-boos on this lip, and it's cut out right here for whatever reason. So I don't know if I'm gonna add that back in or just call it good. I mean, that is kind of a structural area. I don't want it deforming. That one, that's beat up from the tire, the clearance. It's not that bad though. Anyway, this here is going to be a giant project. Judging from the patchwork I saw on some of the other fenders, I think I'm on the right path here. Because I know I can do better than some of the other fenders I saw there. That the dude bought, he didn't do it, but somebody somewhere did. Here's the other one. Is that mud back here? Yep, just a little bit. Looks like a dent. I don't think these had any rust. There was another set. There was a teal one that I wanted just because it was that teal color that all these 60s trucks are. But it was beat up. It was really rough. It just didn't have any rust in it at all. Oh, there's a small hole in that one. Oh, he had one bedside, and it looked literally exactly like the orange truck, except it was a factory length long bed. So this one, of course, is stretched to fit the extended cab short bed frame that it is on. Looks like that one's cut out there too. I wonder why that is. This one's the one that I was thinking. It's got a little spot right there. Well, anyway, those are huge. 22 by 14s, that's what's on there anyway, but those still look bigger. But anyway, I'm gonna get tires. And get adapters and get down to the metal work of this. Also, I'm gonna buy a long arm lift kit for the front, so it'll get rid of these factory length control arms, and it'll have the longer ones that mount back here below the passenger seat and the driver's seat. And also, I'm gonna get some track bars for the back that go up probably right about to this area. So we're gonna have track bars on the front and back. will look pretty big and aggressive and intimidating with track bars and a 4-inch lift and a big mean dually. At least that's the goal, at least. I'm slightly leery on doing this because the truck looks pretty all right how it is. But everybody keeps asking me, you know, I got these C60 fenders on the front. What am I going to do with the back? I agree, it does need something, and I don't want to graft those onto the back. I think that'll look silly. And then people were like, get mega cab style dually fenders like the first gens had, or maybe it's the generation before the first gen Dodges. And then the like 08 body style mega cabs had them. They're just like, instead of dually fenders, they're like swoops. I think that'll look stupid because they're round, and these are clearly not round. These have the sweep on them like these old trucks have. Pretty sure that's the same body line as the fender, you know, the fleet side bed in behind it. Yeah, it's pretty much the same shape. So as far as the transition goes right here, I'll have the little amber lights on the front and the red lights on the back, just like a modern dually. I saw an F450 cruise by earlier, and he had that stuff going on, so we'll have that. But I do have short bed step-side steps that came from the bed when I bought the orange truck bed, because I bought this whole short bed as an assembly, and of course I use the C60 steps for my step sides there. So if I do need a transition, I do have the short bed ones there, and that'll probably look all right. And then that dude also had the long bed ones, and they'd be probably most of the rest of this length, but I think that'd look stupid. So maybe the short ones, maybe, probably not, honestly. It probably does not need that.